critical issue in terms of the public debate has been, what in the world is our government doing?
American leaders have been lying to the Congress, to the media, to the American public about what they are doing and what they aren't doing.
Snowden wasn't a gatherer. Snowden was a hunter.
I don't think it's important for us to label him as a traitor. I think it's enough for us to label him as a despicable human being and citizen.
I did it only because it was the lesser of evils.
Just saying, intoning the word national security can never be enough.
We won't look at it, trust us, we won't look at it unless we really need to.
And only then will the government know that they've gotten their pound of flesh, and it's often going to be the intelligence community that wants their drop of blood.
The whole world is on fire.
This is the most harmful, most serious hemorrhaging of legitimate American secrets in the history of the Republic.
Major funding for Legally Speaking was provided by the law firm of Girardi Keith, fighting for the right side.
On September 11, 2001, America and its national security picture changed radically. Few dispute that. What people do disagree about is how the nation should have reacted to this new challenge. In late 2012, an NSA contractor named Edward Snowden leaked almost 200,000 classified documents to the press, exposing inner secrets about the scope and methods of American intelligence gathering, making him a hero to some and a traitor to others. During this program, we hypothetically put both Snowden and the NSA program on trial. Charlie Savage, it's 6:30 a.m. You're about to walk the dog. Get a call on your cell. It says no caller ID. Now, normally you wouldn't answer that, especially since the dog really needs a walk. But your reporter's intuition is tingling. You answer the phone. The voice says, "Is this Charlie Savage of the New York Times?"
I would say, yes, this is. What can I do for you?
I work for an NSA contractor, and I have a very high security clearance. I have 4 computer hard disks full of documents, top secret and classified documents, showing that the United States government is gathering information on phone calls, emails, texts of ordinary Americans. You interested?
And I would, of course, say, yes, I am. How can we meet?
Well, before we get to that, I have very high encryption standards because there's a lot of documents here that can't fall into the wrong hands. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So are you willing to meet my encryption standards?
Absolutely. And this is an interesting thing about this moment in time in journalism, because 6 months ago, I would not have had a clue how to do that. I would have had to go teach myself. I would have had to call the New York Times' information technology department to be brought up to speed on basic things like using encrypted emails, encrypted text messaging, and encrypted chats. And now, I think it's more and more the norm in newsrooms that we are already up to speed on this. One of the revelations, the consequences of the revelations of the past 6 months has been a belated recognition among at least national security reporters and across America that we need to be smarter about our communications. And at this point, I would be able to comply with a request like that without effort.
So the press is making itself even more hospitable to people like me?
Well, we're at least trying to not be stupid.
All right. General Hayden. It's 3 days later, 6:30 a.m. You hear a familiar slap on your driveway. It's the morning New York Times. You go out, you pick it up, you open it up. It says, leaked documents show vast U.S. spying on most citizens. What's your first thought?
Well, the first thought would be, how did this get into the public domain? My second thought, just based on the headline you've you've just shown, is that it's either inaccurate or incomplete. And my third thought would be to get my lawyer in my office when I got to work, because almost certainly we'd have to file a crimes report.
What's the first actual phone call that you would make?
Look, the story's already out there. There's no stopping the story. There's no influencing the publisher or the editor to pull back on a few details or things. The first thing you want to look at is, what does it say? What if it's true? What if it is untrue? And how does it affect our operations? So I would probably call the lawyer. And if I were at NSA, I'd call the head of the Signals Intelligence Directorate as well to see what kind of damage this might do.